Here we are again with a brand new ultimate chicken guide video on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to keep your chickens safe from predators, and in this video I'm going to be hoping and praying that some like raccoon or coyote that somehow happens to stumble upon this video and somehow miraculously after around 12.5 days half of my chicken flock goes missing. Let's just hope and pray that doesn't happen like last time I did one of these videos. Let's begin. Well, for starters, you may notice that we are currently in an enclosed chicken yard, and a lot of people don't like enclosed chicken yards, but it can work out, especially if you look at the chicken coop and realize it has tires on it. This can move. It does require a little bit more building, and will take longer, but also if you look at the fence, and you notice how I could basically just lift it, move it around, something you don't usually see in a stationary fence. So adding a portable chicken yard can also be really helpful for aerial predators. Do you want to know why? Because if they discover a location, then you can just move them out of that location, move them to a brand new area where they'll be safe. And once that aerial predator begins catching on, then it's time for you to strike with your little devious action of moving the chicken yard to a brand new location. This one's specifically for coyotes and some other things as well, mainly hawks. Today, the farm flock is in their coop because they refuse to lay eggs in the proper locations. Don't leave the trash by your chickens, please. This is one for raccoons, otherwise known as the trash pandas. We've never had an issue with raccoons all the way up until the fateful day that happened last year in 2022. This one right here, the raccoon got into the trash, yanked the lid off, and shredded everything inside of it. It wasn't like there was a baby chicken inside. Like sometimes when a baby chicken dies, you don't really want to bury it. It wasn't really that significant of a chicken. It didn't solve world hunger. It didn't establish world peace. No, all it did was just existed. So sometimes throw them in the trash, you sometimes throw them out in the woods. Personally, we're kind of 50-50 with that sort of stuff. So there wasn't like a baby chicken in there because this was like May. This wasn't like, you know, like maybe like August or March. No, this was May. So they got in there and they shredded everything. So may that be your lesson. Don't keep trash where you know the trash pandas will get it. Because when they find your trash, there's a good chance they'll also find your chickens. So yeah, not pretty cool. Install underground fencing if you're doing a stationary area, or keep them in a fenced area, especially if you have a smaller yard. And we'll get into a new predator in just a minute that I haven't really covered on this channel quite yet, but in just a minute you'll experience just that. So you want to keep the fence under the ground a little bit if it's stationary. If it has to move, you want to make sure that every single possible location here is covered, so that way nothing can really get under there. Obviously I can, but after a little bit of trying, the fox shouldn't really be able to get under there unless it actually tried. Especially since it only lifts up that far. But in that case, the fox could begin digging underground. So pick your poison with this one. You can install a portable fence that can move anywhere your heart desires, but something could dig under it, or keep them in a stationary location with the added bonus of safety. Didn't know the local BMW owner could go down the street at 60 miles an hour and hit one of your chickens? Well, now you know, because that's almost a guarantee if you have free-range chickens that they'll enter the road, and at least once you may have a car zip down the street and hit the chicken. Personally, we haven't had an issue with that quite yet, but of course it can always happen. The farm flock just enjoys going down there and testing the driver's patience. So they're honking their horns, they're getting all mad because there's a chicken holding up traffic on a road where there's about 3 to 6 cars that pass every 30 minutes. So not terribly bad, but sometimes when you have like a family of cars going down the street, it can be really annoying. And sometimes the impatient drivers will let go of the parking brake, and there goes that. Most of my chickens though have good reaction time, and for the most part people abide by the speed limit. But then there's those like 20-year-olds that think they think they're cool by driving double the speed limit on a 25, because They don't really care about the speed limit. They just want to have some fun. And the closest I think I've ever seen to a chicken in my farm over here getting hit by a car was with, I still remember the car model. It was like 2021 this happened. It was a little BMW X5 going down the street at almost 40 miles an hour. Chicken was in the road, almost got hit by a car in 2022. Then again, silver-laced Wyandotte, who's now unfortunately dead. We don't have any silver-laced Wyandottes anymore. Just chilling in the road on a Friday night. And it's not like we don't have some cars here on Friday night. No, that chicken was just in the dead middle of the road. Like, just chilling in the middle of the road. So that's one thing about free-ranging your chickens, that eventually you'll see one of your chickens dead in the road, and wasn't much you can do about it other than hope and pray that the brakes work. Anyways, be sure to click the video on the screen. It's my latest shorts compilation featuring 16 of my best chicken shorts in just the one video. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe.